blame him.
Flash Flanagan in the corner trying to escape, but there's no way out for him. And now he's handcuffing Steve Dunn to the rope.
Stephen Dunn is handcuffed to the ropes. He got handcuffed by his old partner, Paul Diamond. And Diamond and King now double teaming Stephen Dunn. There is nothing Flash Flanagan can do.
The referee is helpless. We're going to ring.
Hey, you're going to have to go outside.
What is going on out here? Wrestling fans, if you're just joining us, we're out in the parking lot of the television studio, and there is ultimate chaos going on here. I can't believe this. We have no one in the studio. We have a wrestling show to do. Billy Joe Travis has been picketing in front of the station, and now Brian Christopher drove up. As he was driving up, Billy Joe Travis went after Brian Christopher's car, and they have now, a brawl ensued, a Pierce 6 fight ensued, and now the police have arrived. They have separated them. They have both participants handcuffed. I don't know what's going on. Will somebody please tell me what's going on out here? We have a wrestling show to do. This is unbelievable. The fans are out here. The representatives of the USWA, Brian Christopher is here. The police have separated the participants. The car has been damaged. We've got a wrestling show to do. Fans, we're gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna have to get some. We're gonna have to go to a break or something. I'm gonna have to find out what's going on and see if we can get things started here. Let's take this break and then let's see what can happen after this. We'll be back.
Come on, man. It's time.
These are the cons who got out of jail to help the police in pulling a sting by wearing a dress and going undercover while racing a train, looking for trouble when saving a life by pulling a con to catch the bad guys so they can do it all again. Are you with me so far?
Think we lost him?
Okay. One more time. Ex-cons undercover, pulling stings, saving lives, and catching bad guys. Got it now?
Why don't we stop by for a few cannolis?
Why don't you shut up?
Players, coming to NBC Fridays this fall.
Hey, everybody, check out the savings.
Why is everyone rushing into their local Ford dealers? They don't want to miss Ford's factory-authorized clearance.
That's Clarence?
Oh, sorry, Clarence. But with big savings and low monthly payments on Ford F-150, it's been crazy around here.
Everything is priced to move.
Lease an F-150 for just $239 a month. That's right, $239 a month. What savings?
Wow, that's huge.
It's your local Ford dealers' factory-authorized clearance.
That's Clarence.
Isn't Junior supposed to be watching Big Bird? I'm gonna tell Mommy. Touchdown.
Today's assignment, class, add a crystal for 29 cents. It's quite simple, really. Buy any crystal combo, and you can add a hot, steamy crystal for just 29 cents. Add a crystal for 29 cents, it's a no-brainer.
I can't get enough of myself either.
29-cent crystals, now that adds up to a great deal.
2 days left to name your own price. 2 days left and we're desperate. Oak Factory Outlet is closing the doors forever Monday, August 25th at midnight. There's still a huge selection of quality furniture that must be sold. We'll do anything necessary to clear it all out. Name your own price and take it away. No reasonable offer will be refused. In fact, even some unreasonable offers will be accepted if that's what it takes. Desperate people do desperate things, and we're so desperate to sell it all, we're practically giving it all away. Cash and major credit cards accepted. Please rush to Oak Factory Outlet and name your own price. Going out of business forever. 2 days left.
Wrestling fans, we're back in the studio. The studio is still empty as the altercation has been broken up now in the parking lot, and we're hopefully going to get some fans in here and get a wrestling show underway. I'll tell you, this is as crazy as anything I've ever seen in my life. As we've got people in the parking lot. As for what happened, Billy Joe Travis, in case you missed it, was picketing the television station, picketing the USWA today outside. Brian Christopher drives into the parking lot. Billy Joe Travis attacked his car. Brian Christopher jumps out of his car. There's Billy Joe, and this is earlier. This is the scene of what happened. From my vantage point, I had heard that he was outside picketing, and then all of a sudden, somebody screamed, and I ran outside, and this is what I saw. Here's Brian Christopher driving up, and then they just get into a fight. And the fight ensued onto another car. There's a ticket from the USWA over to try to break things up. There's security arriving. Now, the fans have yet to come in the building at this point. And it's just a fight. Yeah, I mean, this is a street fight. There's no doubt about it. They just go after each other. Fisticuffs flying. The police apparently got a call that there was an altercation in the parking lot. They show up. They separate with the help of security and USWA officials. They separate everything. There's Brian Christopher being led away by the USWA officials. And Billy Travis subsequently was handcuffed and is being detained by the police department. And that's all I know. I saw what you saw, fans, and that's what we have. We have a wrestling match. Ready to get underway in the ring. On the program today, we have a unified world title match. Dutch Mantell is going to defend the title. He is scheduled to defend it in a big match for the unified title against Brian Christopher. We have the World Tag Team champions here in Steve Dunn and Flash Flanagan. We have a match scheduled between PG-13, Rex King, and Paul Diamond. And, of course, we have this man, Doug Gilbert, in action, and we're going to get a match underway right now. Welcome to USWA Championship Wrestling. You just never know what's going to happen, and today, without a doubt, was one of the most, I'm beyond words. It was just almost indescribable. A brawl in the parking lot at the television studio of USWA Wrestling. I am hoping that Tony Friedman will join me here at ringside. Speaking of which, he just made his way back into the studio now. Doug Gilbert in action against Bulldog Reigns. And Doug Gilbert picking Bulldog up for a big slam, holding him high and slamming him down. Tony, you were out there. You saw what I saw. What in the world is going on?
Michael, I don't know what's going on. James Bridge out there with Brian Christopher trying to calm down the situation. I was out there. I was one of the ones pulling Brian Christopher off of Billy Travis. Never seen anything like it in all of professional wrestling. Brian Christopher is livid over what Billy Travis did. Christopher was coming in. We got a match in the ring, though. We'll have more on this a little bit later. Bulldog Reigns in there with dangerous Doug Gilbert right now. Not to take away from the match at all, but Michael, man, we're already off to a wild start here today on Championship Wrestling. The fans were still out in the parking lot there, and a brawl ensued between Travis and Christopher, and all heck broke loose.
Well, Tony, I'll say this much. I saw the fans outside. That was my first cue that something was amiss.
I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath after pulling Brian Christopher off of Billy Travis. Let me tell you,
in the world of professional wrestling, there are obviously feuds. There are obviously disagreements. This has gone beyond the world of professional wrestling. I mean, it's in a parking lot, on a public street. Billy Joe Travis is out there picketing, which, you know, in America you have a right to do. And then this altercation ensues, and it is beyond belief. And Doug Gilbert, right, going after Bulldog Reigns. Reigns moved out of the way in the ring. We're at least back to wrestling here today. And we have a big card, and we have a great opening match. As you see, Bulldog Reigns going toe-to-toe with Doug Gilbert in the ring right now.
There they are again, the cop car. They're taking Billy Travis away, and Michael, not to make light of the situation, but this is kind of a situation that Billy Travis has become accustomed to as of late, sitting in the back seat of a cop car.
Bulldog Reigns sending Doug Gilbert into the ropes. Gilbert coming back with a right hand and now slamming the head of Reigns into the turnbuckle. We have a great match in the ring, but I just can't help but keep thinking about what has just transpired and what is this going to mean? I mean, Billy Joe Travis is not an employee of the USWA. He was suspended. And now he is involved in a fight with Brian Christopher. Look at that DDT by Doug Gilbert, ready to take the measure of Bulldog Reigns. He only got a 2 count, surprisingly enough. I'm trying to keep up with action in the ring, and
you can't help but think of Billy Travis and Brian Christopher. All last week at the arenas that we visited, Billy Travis was there. He showed up there picketing the USWA, trying to get back in, and he will stop at nothing, you know, to try and make his way back into the USWA.
when I walked out from my vantage point and when I saw him picketing, I knew there was problems. Bulldog Reigns with a maneuver and a pinning combination on Doug Gilbert, but he had his feet on the ropes. He thinks he won the match. Bulldog Reigns thinks he has won the match, but he is mistaken, and now the super kick by Doug Gilbert, and he got the victory. Doug Gilbert has been nothing short of spectacular since his return to the USWA, taking the measure of Bulldog Reigns. And there you see on camera, Brian Christopher still being restrained from what happened earlier. As we started the program on Championship Wrestling, obviously, matchmaker James Beard trying to keep Brian Christopher and trying to keep cooler heads to prevail. Doug, I'm sorry to take it away from you, but I had to tell the folks what's happening there. You had a great victory here today on TV, and I know you got a lot on your mind.
You know what, Michael? You can't explain to the folks in TV land what just happened out in this parking lot. You have to be here to see pandemonium at its best, just like I just saw it in the parking lot. You know, no matter whether you like Brian Christopher or what he does or you don't, he's one bad apple. No matter if you like Billy Travis or not, he is tough. But you know what? Let's get that out of the air, because let's talk about what I want to talk about. Let's talk about what's really going on. That's Dangerous Doug Gilbert, and that is his intent to win the World Unified title or the USWA Heavyweight title. Now, let me tell you one thing. Dutch Mantell, Team Icon, y'all want to be the big dogs on the block. Ever since I started 10 years ago coming to this damn TV station, I've been the big dog. So help me God, nothing's going to change. My brother Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert was the USWA World Champion. And by God, Dangerous Doug Gilbert will be the next. I promise you that.
The gauntlet's been thrown down. Let's take a break. Back after this on USWA.
Where's my truck at?
It's home cover-up time at Curlo Construction, and it's your chance to uncover big savings on the improvements your home needs. Right now, save up to $300 on Curlo's best 20-year asphalt fiberglass shingle roof. Save up to $800 on low-maintenance weather-beating siding. Call this number right now for a free, no-obligation home improvement estimate. And with 100% bank rate financing and no money down, Curlo has you covered. Take advantage of home cover-up specials from Curlo Construction, Memphis' #1 home improvement company.
Let's say you have $200 and you're out to buy a new suit. You could go to a department store and buy this suit for around $200, if you're lucky. Or you could go to S&K Menswear and get 2 handsome wool blend suits for less than you might pay for one. This suit and this suit for less than $200. That's about half what you'd expect to pay, right? Now, where are you going to buy your next suit?
Shop the grand opening of our new superstore at the Commons, across from Wolf Chase Galleria.
They've had to do a little remodeling at Pizza Hut headquarters since their co-founder came out of retirement to become a Papa John's franchisee. See, he thinks Papa John's makes better pizza than even the company he helped found. Today, Frank owns over 40 restaurants.
Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. He's got it.
Papa John's.
Hey, looks good here.
Get a large one-topping pizza for just $7.97. Add a 6-pack of Coke in cans for only $1.97.
Dennis Hall's Auto Salvage, home of 1,000,000 parts. Call or come by 3100 Gill Road and see Dennis Hall's large inventory of both domestic and foreign parts. Bumper-to-bumper body parts, used and rebuilt engines and transmissions. They also specialize in both new and used glass replacement for all makes and models of cars and trucks. for steering column and theft repair, Dennis Hall's guaranteed the lowest prices in Memphis.
Hi, I'm Dennis Hall. For the best prices in town, come on down.
Michael St. John with Tony Friedman back with you. First of all, I want to apologize to the start of today's program and the chaos that ensued. We're trying to get things back to where they're supposed to be. And here comes Team Icon, Dutch Mantell, Big Rod Price, and Doomsday out
Put
here.
my belt down here. I feel good today, and the reason I feel good is 2 criminals have been taken off the streets. And I'm supposed to face Brian Christopher today because of my...
That's right, for the unified title.
Wait a minute, I'm supposed to face him right here today for the unified title, but where is he right now? He's in police custody. That's exactly where he is. So I guess since he's got some litigation and some legal problems he needs to take care of, I don't guess we're going to have a title match today, but I'll put it up against anybody except the previous owner of the belt. I think I made that clear last week, didn't I?
You made that
Now, let me say one thing. You know, when you become a big star in anything, you know, they make merchandise of you. And as you can see right now, the Icon 711 Dutch Mantell t-shirt with my tour. Can the camera come in close on this? The tour of where I'm going to be within the next 3 or 4 months. See, Los Angeles, Chicago, you know, New Delhi, and it ends up in Oil Trough, my hometown. Now, this is not my only shirt. Of course, I have other shirts, too.
Is this a fashion show today?
What's that say there?
Nation of Dutch.
Nation of Dutch. Can you get a good shot of that? Nation of Dutch. The Icon. That's another. And I got another shirt, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me just get these off here. What's that?
Disciples of Dutch.
Disciples of Dutch, that's right. That's another shirt I have. Wait a minute. I got another one here. Wait a minute. Let me pull all these off here. What's this say?
Oh, I can't read. Dutch DWF, the Dutch
Wrestling Federation. That's a good one, right? That's a good one. Okay. And, of course, my next one is Extreme Dutch Wrestling.
This is a little preposterous, don't you think?
No, it's not preposterous. Because I am the unified world's heavyweight champion, and I call things my way. And you see my compadres here, the USWA heavyweight champion, the massive Doomsday, and my good friend Rod Price right here, who is sporting the Dutch 711 shirt. Now, I want to say one thing, and I'm going to say it one more time, and I'm not going to say it anymore. I'll put this belt up against anybody except the previous owner of the belt, the ABL Tour, I'm calling it. Of course, I don't want to say his name. But
anybody but Lawler.
Wait a minute. We got some Lawler fans over here today. I said his name. The previous owner, we got some fans over here. Will this reach over there? I'd just like to get a word or two with these guys. Let me see this. Sir, could you stand up? Come here. Come here. You come here. Come here. Are you a Lawler fan? You used to be a Lawler. I don't know you, do I? No, sir. I don't know you at all. And why aren't you, you're covering your face up because of what?
Kind of embarrassed to be a Lawler fan.
You heard it. You heard it. Eyewitness, kind of embarrassed to be a Lawler fan. Sitting out here today. Yes, sir. And just to make sure that I tell the truth out here. Now, we have a match in the ring today. Doomsday, I want you to take care of this guy right here. When he steps in the ring, let's go to the ring right now. And I'm going to sit out here and help you do commentary. Let's get him an opponent in the ring.
Let's go to the match. Better than hearing Dutch in his fashion show. Big Doomsday coming in as his opponent is none other than Mike Samples, and this should be a good match. Mike Samples against Doomsday of Team Icon. Tony, I don't know if you need an introduction in this one.
All right, Michael, you have Doomsday, 313 pounds, wrestling out of the wastelands, taking on the Lexington, Kentucky native, 250 pounds, Mike Samples. Should be a good contest, but I don't know if Mike Samples is going to prove to be much opposition for the massive Doomsday.
Well, you get Dutch Mantell out here. First of all, the program starts out. You have two wrestlers that are being detained by the police at this point in time. Dutch is scheduled to wrestle one of them, Brian Christopher, today for the Unified Heavyweight Championship right here on TV. That matchmaker James Beard scheduled. Now he comes out and he says, well, obviously Brian Christopher is being detained, and now
You see how my machine, my creation, my animal is working in there?
He is taking it to Mike Samples, and Samples is never getting his ball run. Now, that's not to take anything away from Mr. Mike Samples. Of course, a highly technically skilled wrestler, but of course, he cannot compete with the power and the animosity that I have instilled in Doomsday. And why do you think he's been USWA heavyweight champion for so long? Because he's been listening to me.
Doomsday going after Samples with a belly-to-back suplex, and down goes Mike Samples.
Dutch Mantell is right. Massive Doomsday in there with Mike Samples, and so far, Mike Samples has yet to mount an opposition for the Massive Doomsday.
On camera right now, you may, on your screen, you're seeing the police car. There's matchmaker James Beard, and this more about the altercation that happened before we went on the air.
This is a moron.
That's Billy Travis in the car.
He's a moron. Now, he should have went out there. A man has a right to pick it, actually. If he feels wronged in something, he has a right to pick it. And Brian Christopher, of course, you know, he just, I don't know what it was, but he shouldn't have acted the way he did. I think you ought to take him to jail.
There he's out of the car talking to James Beard. Billy Travis spent all week at the arenas all over the USWA area, picketing the USWA, trying to get back in here as a wrestler, and now he's out there protesting about something with James Beard. I don't know if they're letting him out of the handcuffs, Michael.
It looks to be as if Billy Joe Travis is being released, or maybe they're just repositioning the handcuff. Well, no, it looks like he is unlocking it.
Michael, we really need to get a chance to talk to James Beard a little bit later on to find out what all this is about.
Well, in the ring right now, well, Billy Joe Travis just trying to charge into the studio again and being detained by USWA officials. Dutch, don't want to take anything away from your man, but we have things going on. Well, in the ring, Doomsday in the corner just sort of playing around with Mike Samples. He wasn't really making any kind of move to win this match. He was just working Samples over, and it looks like Mike is the worse for wear right now. And as I say that, Samples comes off the ropes. And
this could be the break that he's looking for. Samples now charging off the ropes. Oh, Doomsday catches him with the boot, and he's in control once again. Michael, I want to point out, Doomsday, the current USWA heavyweight champion, and there are so many guys vying for that title.
Whoa! Bombs away is right, and a slam on Samples. 2, 3. He won't get up from that one. Oh.
Beautiful power bomb, and Doomsday gets the victory here today on Championship Wrestling.
The Massive Doomsday taking the victory. We're going to still try to sort things out. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more action after this.
Snapper, America's #1 rear-engine rider. With the legendary Snapper rear-engine rider, your lawn never had it so good. Our pivoting articulating frame lets the deck conform to your lawn for a smooth, even cut every time. Right now, you can take home America's #1 rear-engine rider or any mower in Snapper's line at the lowest prices of the year during Snapper's factory-authorized end-of-season clearance sale going on now. Every model is on sale, but they won't last long, so what are you waiting for? Call your local Snapper dealer today.
When's the best time to get your new sport utility or truck? Right now! The Isuzu Rodeo. Right now, it's just $199 a month. 13 years running, Isuzu has built America's best-selling import sport utility. And right now, Rodeo is just $199 a month. Or right now, get $2,000 cash back on Rodeo. Pay just $147 a month for an Isuzu Umbre pickup. When's the best time? Right now, from your Isuzu dealer.
This summer, brace yourself for 3 new tunes. First, there's a new hunk in town.
Bet your name's Mickey, because you're so fine.
Johnny Bravo. They're the utterly outrageous brother and sister. Cow and chicken. Finally, Dexter's the small scientist with a big sister.
Morning, Poophead!
Dexter's Laboratory. This summer, the tunes are coming, only on Cartoon Network.
Get 50% off installation when you buy the Smart Choice package. Call 365-6004.
Get it on at Greg's Store for Men. Greg's is all that and a lot more. It's the best place in Memphis to get your fashion on with the biggest brand names in the business. Get hooked up for school, a show, a special occasion, or for just chilling. Greg's is down with a large selection of shirts, shorts, jeans, caps, and all the latest athletic shoes and hikers. So don't take long. Go on and get it on at all Greg's locations.
$50 bill, 50, 55, 55, and $60 bill. High $60 bill and a $5 to go, 65 and 70 go, 70 and a 5, make it 5, 75 to go, $80 bill. High $80 bill and a 5 to 5, 80 and a 5, 85 and 90 go, 90, 90 and a 5. High $90 bill and a 5 to go, 5, 90.
It's back, your local Ford dealer's factory-authorized clearance. That's cool. No, that's hot, because there's big savings on Ford Mustang. Get $1,500 cash back on a V6, GT Coupe, or Mustang convertible.
Wow, that's huge.
But the monthly payments can be low, with $1,500 cash back on a Mustang V6, GT Coupe, or Mustang convertible. I thought you'd like that, but these cashback offers won't last long. Hurry to your local Ford dealer's factory-authorized clearance.
Are we having fun yet? Well, at Sonic we are. It's summer. And at Sonic, that means fun food and fun drinks and a ton of flavors, like our shakes and malt. We still make them by hand. We even have a new peanut butter fudge shake.
Right now at Sonic, any of our handmade shakes, along with a famous Sonic burger, is just $1.99.
Sound like fun? What are you waiting for?
USWA Wrestling is brought to you in part by Bill Blake Insurance, now with a new location at Getwell and Rhodes.
It's always a pleasure when the King's out here, and today, King, good to have you with us, but we got a big announcement to make here on Championship Wrestling.
Well, you know, I just wanted to come out here and talk for a couple of minutes about some changes that are going to be taking place, and I appreciate you guys leaving me to be the bearer of what may be bad news. I'm not certain that it will be. Hopefully, it won't be. But I just wanted to come out, and I guess they had me do it because when you look around, other than Lance Russell, I've probably been here longer than anybody. But I can remember back when I don't know if that's good or not.
Bad.
Right. That's true. But I can remember back, just like probably everybody here in Memphis. I grew up watching studio wrestling, as did, I've been told hundreds of times that my fathers, that they grew up as a kid watching wrestling every Saturday morning with their father, and then, of course, their kids are growing up watching it with their fathers. I remember going to the wrestling matches with my dad on Monday nights when it was down at the Ellis Auditorium. Of course, it moved from there to the Mid-South Coliseum, and then from the Coliseum, it's moved to the Pipkin Building, then back to the Coliseum, and now wrestling is at the big one. So everything changes. But one of the things that hasn't really changed for a long time, at least probably about 30 years, if my memory serves me correct, is the fact that, well, of course, it did change. If you remember, probably 20-something years ago, wrestling on Saturday mornings was on Channel 13. That's true. WHBQ. And then, of course, it moved here to Channel 5, where it's enjoyed tremendous success.
21 years ago, 1976.
Okay, 21 years here on Channel 5 on Saturday mornings, and the ratings have been phenomenal. The fan support has been great. Everybody watches wrestling every Saturday morning, right? But as I said, everything changes. Nothing is sure in life but change, and I'm here to talk about a change that is going to involve the USWA Wrestling Show, and it's coming up very soon. Our good friend, President Clinton, made I guess you would call it a mandate recently, and it goes into effect September the 6th with the starting of the new season. President Clinton, I think he and Vice President Gore decided that maybe they know a little more about how people should raise their children than parents do. And what they've decided to tell everybody is that all TV stations, they've mandated that all TV stations have to carry 3 hours of children's educational programming every week. Now, this is not a bad thing, of course, but just now all of a sudden the TV stations are told they have to carry this kind of programming, and so they all of a sudden have to look around and say, where are we going to carry this program? Where are we going to put this program?
And they have to put it at times when children will watch it.
Children are watching. So NBC, which Channel 5 is an affiliate of, NBC has determined that they're going to send down the children's educational programming on Saturday mornings. So Channel 5 has no choice but to carry that programming because it's mandated by the federal government, the FCC. So then all of a sudden what happened was they have to scramble and start looking around for a new place to put USWA Wrestling. And what has been decided on is that starting with the new season, September the 6th, right here on Channel 5, the USWA Wrestling will be on Saturdays at midnight.
Well, there's good reaction from the crowd here.
There's a fairly good reaction, which in actuality, they tell us, and if you look at the ratings and everything, there are more homes using television, more televisions in use in the Mid-South area Saturdays at midnight than there are Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. Of course, the demographics are going to be a little bit different. Probably not as many young people are able to stay up that late. That's why we're telling you now, so that what you can do is you can set your VCRs, and also another thing that they have informed us is the fact that whenever it's available, and it should be quite often, they will rerun the Saturday midnight show on Sunday afternoons or Sunday mornings. So it's not like USWA Wrestling is going away. We're moving to a different time. Hopefully, it'll be bigger and better. Saturdays at midnight, things may get a little wilder on the USWA Wrestling. May get a little more out of hand. You're at a late night situation. It could, as somebody said, it could get a little more extreme. But anyway, I just wanted to come out and let everybody know that that's what's going to be taking place. Saturday, September 6th, USWA Wrestling moves to midnight. We want you all to be here with us, and for people that can't be here, set your VCRs, because that's where we're going to be.
Jerry, thanks for coming out, and I know that was not an easy announcement to make, but of course, you being the icon, the true icon of the USWA, I think the right person made the announcement.
Well, you know what? Speaking of icons, I'm going to come back in a few minutes because I got something I want to say about the so-called icon. I got a little special words for Dutch here in a few minutes, okay?
All right, King. So there you have it. Starting September 6th, USWA Wrestling moving to midnight right here on Channel 5. Write it down, set your VCRs. Hope you'll join us then. Well, we got a lot of action all around the USWA area. And Tony, why don't you run it down for us?
All right, Michael, thanks a lot. We have a lot of action coming up around the area. Want to remind everyone, though, in Walnut, Mississippi, tomorrow afternoon, right there at the softball field at 1:30 p.m., Lawler's Army will be there in Walnut, Mississippi tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 p.m., playing a great team from Walnut. And Jerry the King Lawler feels that Lawler's Army softball team will be undefeated still tomorrow in Walnut, Mississippi. Now, let's take a look at the action on tour. Like this Thursday night, we return to the Lady Luck Casino right there near Lula, Mississippi. Thursday night, August the 28th at the Lady Luck. Jerry the King Lawler returns, as does Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Dangerous Doug Gilbert will be there, and PG-13, among others, all scheduled this Thursday night at the Lady Luck Casino. Then, September the 1st, Monday night, Labor Day Spectacular in Union City, Tennessee. Dangerous Doug Gilbert, the USWA Heavyweight Champion Doomsday, and a host of others all signed for Union City, Tennessee, Monday, Labor Day, September the 1st. Then Brinkley, Arkansas, Wednesday, September the 10th. Hot USWA action coming to Brinkley. Springfield, Tennessee, Sunday, September the 14th. Don't miss the USWA action in Springfield. Then Martin, Tennessee, Martin High School, September the 20th. USWA action invades the Martin, Tennessee High School. Then USWA wrestling action coming soon to Jonesboro, Arkansas, Blytheville, Arkansas, and Forest City, Arkansas. That's the USWA on tour. I'm going to be looking forward to coming to a lot of those cities. Make sure you catch it whenever you can. Michael, Memphis, Tennessee, the Big One Expo Center returns August the 31st.
And boy, what a card has been signed in Memphis for the 31st at the Big One. This may be the biggest card ever in the history of Memphis wrestling, and it's coming here at the Big One on Sunday, August 31st. That's a week from tomorrow at 7:30. Want to remind you that that there's free parking at the Big One, and it should be one whale of a big card of action. Let's run it down right now. Opening up things, you will see Rick Titan in action against Bulldog Reigns. Following that, Recon will take on Spellbinder, so the big man will be in the ring. Then, the USWA has ordered a qualifying match between the two leading contenders for the USWA Tag Team Championship. So as a result, this match, it's sort of a triple threat on the 31st at the Big One. This match will determine who will get a shot at the USWA Tag Champions, as PG-13 will battle Paul Diamond and Rex King. A lot of bad blood between all three teams. One of these teams will challenge for the championship. We'll find out who it will be at the Big One on the 31st, as the USWA Tag Team titles will be on the line. It's currently held by Steve Dunn and Flash Flanagan, and one of these teams will take them on. Then, in a special challenge match, the Madman Rod Price will take on Jerry the King Lawler, and this is one the fans have been wanting to see, and it will be happening at the Big One on the 31st. Then the USWA Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. The massive Doomsday, he's got the belt. He'll take on Dangerous Doug Gilbert. And then the main event, the Unified World Title match the Icon Dutch Mantell, representing the USWA, will take on the ECW's Tommy Dreamer. So that will be the big main event at the big one on the 31st. And we have Tommy Dreamer on the phone. Now, last time we had Tommy Dreamer in the studio, we almost didn't have a studio, so I feel a little safer today. Mr. Dreamer, I understand that you are on the phone with us.
Yes.
And you have the match for the Unified World title coming up at the big one here in Memphis next Sunday at 7:30 against none other than the Icon Dutch Mantell. I'm just going to let you say what you have to say.
You know, the last time I was in Memphis, I talked to the people in the arena, and they all told me how great Jerry Lawler was in the past, but how much he's changed for the worse through the years. Last week at ECW's pay-per-view Hardcore Heaven 97, I saw traces of the old Jerry Lawler. I saw the fire burning in his eyes, but as always with Lawler, the fire went out. This isn't about winning or losing. It's about bringing Jerry Lawler back to being the king. The best way I know how is by taking something that he cherishes, the unified title. I understand that the Icon Dutch Mantell has that belt. Well, Dutch, you too were great, but you sell out whenever you get the chance. You jumped on the ECW bandwagon one week, and now you're an icon. Hey, remember, Dutch, when you get power, along with it shows your weakness. So icon and king. Instead of passing the torch to the younger generations and teaching us the way, you guys try to hold on to that glory forever. Well, next week, I have off from ECW, and I'm coming to the USWA, and I'm going to take that torch that you guys won't pass and shove it down your throats. So I'm coming back to the great hardcore state of Tennessee all next week on my days off to represent ECW, spread the revolution, and to change the future of the USWA on all their live shows and take the South back to the extreme.
Well, Mr. Dreamer, I hear your words, but you've got a tough match against a veteran in Dutch Mantell, and I keep hearing rumors that your real intention is to take the unified title back to Philadelphia or back to wherever ECW is and keep it there forever, which is, I don't see that happening.
Well, you may not see it, but I know in my heart I'm going to represent ECW in the best way I know how.
Tommy Dreamer joining us on the phone here today on Championship Wrestling. He has the shot at the Unified Heavyweight Championship against the Icon Dutch Mantell next Sunday right here at the big one in Memphis. And here comes Dutch Mantell along with Team Icon.
Now let me have my say. I come out here and let Dreamer run his mouth. I didn't try to come out and interrupt him or anything. But Tommy Dreamer, let me tell you something. Son, I was whooping people like low-life, egg-sucking dogs and using diapers. And if you think that the younger generation, now, yeah, you're younger than I am, and you're younger than Lawler. But if you think you're going to come down to Memphis and you're going to walk away with this unified title, then you got another thing coming. Because there's a lot of heat around this title. Lawler is dying, the previous owner, I might add, is dying to get this back. But you end up with the shot. You know something, Dreamer? I don't carry this around with me for no reason. And if you're talking about blood and guts, well, I was doing blood and guts, like I said, a long time ago, and I can do it again. So, Dreamer, I want you to get on that first plane that smokes out of Philadelphia International. I want you to land in Memphis. I want you to get off that plane, and I want you to have me on your mind the whole time. And I want you to have ECW on your mind the whole time. And I'm not representing USWA. I represent one person. I represent one team. I represent Team Icon. We stand alone apart from everybody else. So, Dreamer, you bring it on. You bring all your ECWAs. You bring all your ECW friends, because I got friends, too. And when it's all said and done, you ain't leaving Memphis but with one thing, and that's that tail tucked between your legs. Now, Rod has a match with Jared Lawler coming up, and he can't challenge if he loses. Right, Rod?
Well, let me tell you, King, this is what it's about. You know, you love that belt so, so much. But you know what? To get another shot at it, you got to go through me. And you know what? That's not easy. It's not easy. You know, the chances are the same as the Tennessee Oilers beating the Raiders. It just isn't going to happen, Lawler. I'm here to tell you, I'm going to use you as a stepping stone. Nothing's going to be there, and you're not either. I dare you to show up the big one. I dare you.
One more thing. Doug Gilbert, you can bump those gums all you want. This man is 6'9", 320 pounds with 5% of body fat, and I don't think you're the man enough to take the USWA heavyweight title off him. Come Sunday, August the 31st, the fire is going to be lit. Not under him, but under you, Doug Gilbert.
7:30 on the 31st at the big one in Memphis. The USWA comes back to the big one with that big card of action, including the unified title match. Dutch Mantell putting the title on the line against Tommy Dreamer. Also want to remind you one more time, starting on September 6th, USWA Wrestling moves to midnight. That's midnight starting the 6th. Mark your calendars, set your VCRs, and we'll see you for action then. We're going to take a break. More USWA action is coming up right after this.
2 days left to name your own price. 2 days left and we're desperate. Oak Factory Outlet is closing the doors forever Monday, August 25th at midnight. There's still a huge selection of quality furniture that must be sold. We'll do anything necessary to clear it all out. Name your own price and take it away. No reasonable offer will be refused. In fact, even some unreasonable offers will be accepted if that's what it takes. Desperate people do desperate things, and we're so desperate to sell it all, we're practically giving it all away. Cash and major credit cards accepted. Please rush to Oak Factory Outlet and name your own price. Going out of business forever. 2 days left.
You want to do this peaceful, or you want to make a go? You've been warned. Get ready for your final thrill.
Hoodlum, rated R. Starts Wednesday.
Dennis Hall's Auto Salvage, home of a million parts. Call or come by 3100 Gill Road and see Dennis Hall's large inventory of both domestic and foreign parts. Bumper-to-bumper body parts, used and rebuilt engines and transmissions. They also specialize in both new and used glass replacement for all makes and models of cars and trucks. For steering column and theft repair, Dennis Hall's guaranteed the lowest prices in Memphis.
Hi, I'm Dennis Hall. For the best prices in town, come on down.
Oh, no. How are you going to spend the last 2 weeks of summer? In this kind of sweltering heat? Let KFC do the cooking. Now through Labor Day, kick back with 10 pieces of your choice, original recipe, extra tasty crispy, and tender roast chicken, 2 large sides, and 4 biscuits, all for just $11.99. With a deal like this, you don't have to lift a finger. Just a leg, a wing, a breast, a thigh.
Everybody needs a little KFC.
All right, Michael St. John, Tony Friedman back with you. First of all, before we go on any further, want to say good well wishes, and I understand he's doing great, to Lance Russell, who is recovering from his little surgery bout, and we hope to have Lance back real soon, and it's great to hear that he's doing well.
All right, Michael,
coming into the ring, Tony, take it away.
We are ready for action. Tag team action scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first at a combined weight of 472 pounds, here's the team of Rex King and Paul Diamond. Their opponents at a combined weight of 553 pounds, the team of the Spellbinder and the Free Spirit, Rick Titan. One fall, 10 minutes in time. Should be a great matchup, Michael.
Referee is Bill Rush, and you've got a couple of tag teams in here that could go anywhere in the world. And right now, Paul Diamond's going to start for his team. Looks like the Spellbinder is going to start for his. We've got bell time and tag team action here on USWA Championship Wrestling. Earlier in the program, if you may have missed it, the altercation, we started out very rough today, to say the least. The altercation in the parking lot. It wasn't an altercation, it was a brawl in the parking lot between Billy Travis and Brian Christopher as it ensued. And if you're just joining us, I hope we get a chance to see some of the footage. I know there's still conversation out in the parking lot between Brian Christopher and members of the USWA. He is currently under suspension. I know matchmaker James Beard is holding on to that, holding tight to that suspension right now. We do have a scheduled match later in the program with Dutch Mantell against Brian Christopher for the unified title, and Brian Christopher also being detained, so we'll have to just figure things out and sort things out and see where we stand here as the program goes on. But in the meantime, in this match, you got great tag team in Paul Diamond and Rex King. They're challenging for the USWA tag titles against Rick Titan and Spellbinder.
All right, Paul Diamond in there now with the Spellbinder. Mixing it up, the Spellbinder just got a slap in the face courtesy of Paul Diamond, and he charges after Diamond. Michael, want to say one thing real quick. I hope we get the opportunity to get a chance to talk to James Beard. I really want to hear what he has to say about this whole Travis Christopher situation, and we hope to talk to him just a little bit later on. But right now there is action in the ring, a fine tag team match. Paul Diamond, there's another slap to the face on the Spellbinder.
Little insult. Paul Diamond going out of the ring on the wrong side of the fence that time. And Spellbinder pursuing him. Oh!
They're
took
coming
him right
right
around in front of his corner, and Rex King dropped down with the double axe handle on him.
They were right out in front of us now. Double team effort going on in the ring. The Spellbinder, the former 1992 Mr. America, in there with both men. Showing that raw power that he possesses, and Titan and the Spellbinder.
Spellbinder and Titan obviously trying to make a name for themselves in this. Look at this. Double belly to belly on both members of the Rex King Paul Diamond tag team. Spellbinder and Rick Titan trying to make their presence known as a tag team, and they too could be challenging for this USWA tag belt.
They're doing a good job at that. But you got to keep in mind about Rex King and Paul Diamond. They are vying for those tag team titles like PG-13. Stephen Dunn and Flash Flanagan. There is a three-way war going on right now for the USWA tag team titles. And in the coming weeks here in the USWA, it's all going to come to a head. Only one team can have the gold, and hopefully it's going to be one of those three teams. Paul Diamond, Rex King, Steve Dunn, Flash Flanagan, and PG-13 all going for the tag team titles. Beautiful maneuver there by the free spirit Rick Titan, a man that has really come on as of late since ditching the character known as Razor Ramon and claiming his own identity as the free spirit Rick Titan.
Look at that move. An elbow off the ropes. Got the 2 count on Rex King. I don't think I have seen Rick Titan as mobile as he has been for the past few weeks. It's almost like he's got a new lease on life after ditching, if you would, the persona of Razor Ramon. Rex King slowing him down that time to the eyes. One thing I've noticed, Tony, about this team of Paul Diamond and Rex King, they are very adept to taking advantage of a weakness, whatever that weakness is. That time, using the strength and the size of Rick Titan to the disadvantage.
Rex King and Paul Diamond are sound tag team wrestlers. They know how to use a tag team match to their advantage. Now look at this. Diamond on the outside just dumps Titan out. I don't know if our cameras can get a shot of it, but making their way out to ringside, Stephen Dunn and Flash Flanagan.
Flanagan and Dunn have entered the studio and have come over by the table here, and now Paul Diamond in a war of words with Steve Dunn. There's Rex King coming off the top ropes, gives a 2, almost a 3 count on Rick Titan in the ring. But Dunn and Flanagan, I don't know. I don't know if they're out to lend moral support to the team of Spellbinder and Rick Titan, or just to try to give Rex King and Paul Diamond a little distraction to see how things are going. Rex King, maniacal in the ring after Titan right now. Off the ropes, 2, 3 leg drops on the back of the neck. And going to roll the big man over, but Spellbinder in very quickly to break it up.
That was a beautiful spinning wheel kick just a while back out of Rex King. He does that spinning wheel kick just about better than anybody here in the USWA. Tagging in his partner, Paul Diamond. We spoke about it. The tag team situation here in the USWA is as hot as it's ever been, and there's a lot of furious competition going on for those titles. Furious competition in the ring between these two teams. Whoever comes out ahead in this one has got to be considered a good candidate for a tag team title shot.
Roll up by Titan, 1, 2, he got him! The team of Rick Titan and the Spellbinder take the victory as Paul Diamond was distracted by Steve Dunn from outside, and as a result, the victory goes to the Spellbinder and Rick Titan over leading contenders for the USWA Tag Title belts. That is Rex King and Paul Diamond, and they are very upset in the ring.
Huge win, Michael, for the team of Rick Titan and the Spellbinder. They're going to be looking for a title shot down the road.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more action after this.
At the Happy Hawker. You'll find all kinds of merchandise at incredible savings. If you like to pay reasonable prices when you buy jewelry, diamonds, musical instruments, cameras, TVs, VCRs, tools, and guns. If you're the kind of person who really searches for just the right gift at just the right price, then you may make a great pawn shopper. Need cash? See us for the lowest rates on loans with the area's only drive-in loan department. Visit either Happy Hawker location, 975 East Parkway South, or our new Superstore at 299 North Cleveland.
Isn't Junior supposed to be watching Big Bird? I'm gonna tell Mommy. Touchdown.
Today's assignment class, add a crystal for 29 cents. It's quite simple, really. Buy any crystal combo, and you can add a hot steamy crystal for just 29 cents. Add a crystal for 29 cents? It's a no-brainer.
I can't get enough of myself either.
29-cent crystals. Now that adds up to a great deal.
You know, I've been in Memphis a long time. Bill Blake Insurance has, too. If you have never checked out the hometown boys at Bill Blake Insurance, then you're missing a Memphis tradition. Respect, service, and good value is part of doing business at Bill Blake Insurance.
I've been doing business with Bill Blake Insurance for years. He's always there when you need him, and you only have to make one payment per month.
I sing the blues all over the world, but I always come home and I always see the hometown boys at Bill Blake Insurance. At Bill Blake Insurance, he's from Memphis.
It's closeout time at your local Chevrolet dealer, and you know what that means. Big-time closeout incentives on the last 97 Cavaliers. Get low 3.9 60-month financing. You'll save over $2,000 on finance charges alone. Chevrolet's come through with the support we need to sell these Cavaliers fast. Big value, big savings. 97 Chevy Closeout, the event you've waited all year for. Hurry to your local Chevrolet dealer.
We're back on the USWA. Got a great crowd here in the studio today, and we are ready to go with more action. Introducing first, already in the ring, wrestling at a parts unknown, weighing 260 pounds, here is the Scorpion. His opponent, soon to be making his way to the ring area, wrestling out of Los Angeles, California, weighing 285 pounds, the California Stud. Here comes rugged Rod Price. One fall, 10 minutes in time. He's accompanied to the ring by Team Icon.
Team Icon accompanying Rod Price to the ring. This match, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Dutch Mantell giving some last-minute instructions to the bad man, Rod Price. And we're about ready for action. Mantell joining, or excuse me, the Icon joining us at ringside.
Listen, get my name right.
Now,
you're going to see a supreme athlete in action right here. Rod Price, man, 260, 270 pounds. Like Doomsday, another one of my proteges, of course. No body fat on him, but very strong, very powerful.
Rod Price sending the wrestler all the way to the turnbuckle, the Scorpion, and boy, just working over that back of the Scorpion. And what a maniacal, this individual,
See, he's not afraid of anything. He's not afraid of anything.
And he has thrown down the gauntlet for anybody in the USWA, but I will say this about him. The probably biggest distraction I see in Rod Price is that when he loses his temper, he loses focus.
Well, you noticed that, right?
Yes,
you noticed
I
that
did.
all on your own?
I did.
No, he never loses focus because he can't lose focus because I keep him focused. I keep him focused for a reason.
Price taking the Scorpion and putting his back into the side of the apron and now climbing back into the ring. He is an intense individual, but I have seen him lose focus when he gets mad, when he gets maniacal, like right here. He's at the very brink of almost losing the match.
Well, that's a very astute observation. I'm glad you told me about that. I think I have to bring that up at our next board meeting. Next time I have Rod Price, I'm going to tell him you said that, and then you deal with him, okay? When you say something about him, then you're responsible for your own words and your own actions.
I'm not a coach of Team Icon. I don't want anything to do with Team
locking him in.
Half crab.
Single leg. Oh, he give up. He give up. He quit.
Rod Price putting the half crab on the Scorpion. The referee ordering a break now. And Price, now Dutch Mantell from Team Icon getting into the ring. This could be trouble. Oh, wait a minute. Here is now Dutch Mantell wanting the Scorpion to kiss his foot. Ah, this is ridiculous. Come on. Let's get them out of there. Come on, Dutch. Rod's got something to say. This is what we need to hear. Team Icon, led by Dutch Mantell. Rod Price victorious in the match over the Scorpion with the half crab, and now I understand Rod Price has some things to say. So let's hear what Rod Price has to say, and I got a funny, sneaky suspicion that this will take a while.
You don't have anything. Let me tell you, I've got a little bit to say to the USWA. First of all, Team Icon is sending out a warning to everybody. Stay out of our way. If you sign that contract to get in the ring with any of us, you're going to get hurt. Bad. It's going to be pain. Nothing but pain. Jerry Lawler, starting with you, you're going to know what pain is when you get out of the ring with me. Doug Gilbert, you're dead too. You're on my list. And that's, Pygmy, Brian Christopher, I got you too, baby. Yeah, what a jailbird, huh? Maybe Pops will go down and spring you. But I don't know, but if you get in there, you're going to feel nothing but pain too. That's what I got to say.
Rod Price obviously making his feelings known. Let's take a break. More action.
This summer, brace yourself for 3 new tunes. First, there's a new hunk in town.
Bet your name's Mickey, because you're so fine.
Johnny Bravo. They're the utterly outrageous brother and sister. Cow and chicken. Finally, Dexter's the small scientist with a big sister.
Morning, Poopin'!
Dexter's Laboratory. This summer, the tunes are coming, only on Cartoon Network.
Get 50% off installation when you buy the Smart Choice package. Call 365-6004.
Dear Dave, we were coming home from the track the other day and saw Wendy's Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger was back, so I bought a bunch of them for the boys. Man, was it delicious. 3 strips of hickory smoked bacon, smoked cheddar, savory sauce, and sauteed onions. And they made them fresh when I ordered them, so they were hot and juicy. Stop by sometime and I'll show you the new car. Your buddy, Dale Jarrett.
Dear Dale, that'd be great. I'd love to take it for a spin.
He's kidding, right?
Come into Wendy's and try our Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger today.
When's the best time to get your new sport utility or truck? Right now! The Isuzu Rodeo. Right now, it's just $199 a month. 13 years running, Isuzu has built America's best-selling import sport utility. And right now, Rodeo is just $199 a month. Or right now, get $2,000 cash back on Rodeo. Pay just $147 a month for an Isuzu Hombre pickup. When's the best time? Right now, from your Isuzu dealer.
A freak summer snowstorm has dumped nearly a foot of snow on Covington Pike Chrysler Plymouth, Memphis.
And we have to clear the lot to make room for the snowplow.
New 1997 Covington Pike Plymouth Voyagers are on sale now from just $15,777. That's right, only $15,777 for a new 97 Voyager minivan with air, automatic, and 7-passenger seating.
At Covington Pike Chrysler, we have the coolest deals in Memphis.
Covington Pike, Chrysler, Plymouth on Covington Pike, Memphis.
Coming soon, the #1 drama.
Ready, camera 3.
Goes live.
Stand by. Here we go. Online.
One night.
Ready, camera 2.
Unfolding before your eyes.
In 3.
Anything can happen.
2. 1.
Anything.
Oh my God!
ER season premiere live September 25th.
Air Show 97, modern and World War II military displays. An HRA cars, Black Hawk helicopter. Pick up coupons for $2 off at WMC-TV. Come see the excitement.
Hi, I'm Suzanne DePries, General Manager of All-Star Chevrolet Geo Polaris in Olive Branch, Mississippi. I come from a hunting family, and Dad's philosophy on hunting is you've got to have the right equipment. That's why we took on the entire line of Polaris ATVs. Take the Sportsman 500, put it in the bed of this four-wheel drive truck, and you're ready for hunting season. I invite you to take that easy drive to All-Star. We're located on Highway 78 in Craft Road in Olive Branch, just 5 minutes from Memphis. I promise you'll like the way my family does business.
10.5 Doppler radar, only on TV5.
You know, I'm going to suggest to the USWA to give us more interviews like this because this is a part of the program I enjoy. We have Melody and Christy here. They are from Phi Sigma here in Memphis, and you're going to tell us all about a little car wash you're going to have.
Yeah, we're having a car wash today at the First Tennessee on Poplar and Perkins. It's going to be awesome. It's free, but we accept donations, and we wash your car really, really well.
All righty, so that's at the First Tennessee at Poplar and Perkins. All right, hope to see you there after the matches. I may bring my car ride. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Tony Friedman has all the action in the areas surrounding the USWA. Tony, how about it?
All right, Michael, thanks a lot. Failed to mention at the early out of the town action, tonight, live wrestling action in Crockett Mills, Tennessee, right there at the West Tennessee Cotton Festival, and it all kicks off at 8 p.m. Jerry the King Lawler, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, the Spellbinder, and all the other USWA top stars right there in Crockett Mills, Tennessee, tonight at the Cotton Festival. We'll be looking for you on that one. Then, Thursday night at the Lady Luck Casino, USWA live action, Jerry the King Lawler, Dangerous Doug Gilbert, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, PG-13, all signed this Thursday night, August the 28th, right there in Lula, Mississippi at the Lady Luck Casino. Then from there, we make our way to Union City, Tennessee, Monday, September the 1st. Doug Gilbert, Doomsday, and a whole host of others all signed Labor Day Spectacular in Union City, Tennessee, Monday, September 1st. Brinkley, Arkansas, Wednesday, September 10th. Hot USWA action coming to Brinkley. Then we make our way to Springfield, Tennessee, Sunday, September the 14th. Don't miss the action of the USWA when it comes to Springfield. Martin, Tennessee, and the Martin High School, September the 20th. USWA action invades the Martin, Tennessee High School. And fans in Arkansas, get ready because action coming soon to Jonesboro, Blytheville, and Forest City. It's hot USWA action on the road and on tour. Michael, August 31st, I cannot wait. Tommy Dreamer returns against, it's going to be a wild one at the Big One Expo Center, August the 31st.
And the matches start at 7:30, free parking, and what a card. This could be one of the biggest cards ever signed in Memphis for the 31st. That is a Sunday night. That's a week from tomorrow night. The action starts at 7:30, and let's run down the action, Tony, for all the fans. Opening up, it'll be Rick Titan against Bulldog Reigns. Following that match, you will see a match between Recon and the Spellbinder, two giants in the USWA, two big men. Matching heads or matching wits there at the big one on the 31st. Then after that match, we will have a match to determine who will get a shot at the USWA Tag Team Championship. It'll pit the top two contending teams, and they're on equal footing as PG-13 takes on Paul Diamond and his partner Rex King. Then, in a special challenge match, Rod Price, and he has fire in his eyes, taking on the King, Jerry Lawler.
Jerry the King Lawler returns to Memphis to do battle with Rod Price, and he has a score to settle with Team Icon. He gets his opportunity 8 days from now at the big one.
And I guarantee you both of those men have their sights set on that unified title. Then, in a very big match, this will be for the USWA Heavyweight Championship. Doomsday, the title holder, he puts the title on the line, and the man getting his shot, and he's certainly deserving of it, no doubt about it, is none other than Dangerous Doug Gilbert.
I cannot wait to be at the big one next Sunday and to be sitting at ringside for that USWA heavyweight title match, the massive Doomsday, over 300 pounds, taking on Dangerous Doug Gilbert, the most dangerous man in wrestling. That is going to be a main event anywhere in the country, and that's not even our main event. 8 days from now, Sunday at the big one.
And the main event, talk about a main event. The Icon, Dutch Mantell, putting the unified title on the line. He did say that he would take on all comers except Jerry Lawler. Well, he'll have a tough row to hoe with this man, because this man's absolutely crazy. Tommy Dreamer from the ECW coming in to challenge for that unified heavyweight title. And if there's a man, I'm worried about it, because Tommy Dreamer is
he's nuts.
He is. And he's going to take the belt back with him. So
I've been the recipient of one of those pile drivers from Tommy Dreamer. ECW invades the Big One Expo Center once again next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. at the Big One. I can't wait.
It should be a great card. You make your plans to be there. Also, make your plans, circle your calendar to make your plans to be with us starting September 6th at midnight right here on Channel 5. Saturday nights at midnight. USWA Wrestling making the big moves to nighttime. Midnight starting September 6th. Also, some of the fans at ringside were asking a little earlier, will they be able to come down to the studio and watch the taping? Yes, they will. You will be able to be here with the taping, and we will be making those plans known in the weeks to come. And the King, Jerry Lawler, has joined us again. And King, we got a lot going on in the USWA.
Thank you. There is a lot going on, Michael, but I want to talk for just a second about
the icon. The icon. Dutch Mantell. Let me see if we got this exactly right. You see, to me, an icon is somebody that's like a legend. True. To me, I mean, an icon is somebody that's like bigger than life. I mean, you know, Dutch talked about he's got T-shirts. I mean, anybody go, you know, you can go down on any corner and have iron-on T-shirts made. But an icon, to me, an icon would be somebody that would have like maybe an action figure made of them or something.
Well, wait there. Well, that's Jerry the King Lawler.
Wait. The Jerry the King Lawler action figure. Amazing.
Sold worldwide.
Sold all over the world. Now, you know what? Has anybody out there seen the Dutch Mantell icon action figure?
Does Yosemite Sam figures count?
Well, no. And you know why you haven't seen a Dutch Mantell action figure? Because there's not one. Because they haven't made one. Because the truth of the matter is, Dutch, you could list your entire career accomplishments on a piece of confetti. You have done nothing. You have done zero throughout your entire career up until now that you have had you and your crony friends as team icon, all your buddies, even import some more from the WWF, and help screw me out of the unified title. That's all you've accomplished in your entire career, Dutch. And now you're on this, the ABL tour, the Anybody But Lawler tour, because you don't want to climb back in the ring with me. Oh, you're going to make me go through Rod Price to get a shot at the unified title. Well, I'll tell you what, Dutch. I'm not worried about Rod Price. I'll go through Rod Price. But what I am worried about is the fact that when I get through beating Rod Price's butt, you're not going to have the unified title anymore. Because you see, Dutch, you idiot, you've agreed to put the title on the line against Tommy Dreamer. From the ECW, Tommy Dreamer is going to come down here, and I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen because I know firsthand about Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer, Dutch, is going to kick your hairy butt from one end of the big one to the other, and he's going to take my unified title back up to ECW. And then I'm going to have to get on a plane, and I'm going to have to go back to the hellhole of the world, Philadelphia, and I'm going to have to go once again to the extremely crappy wrestling, and I'm going to have to try to get the title back. Well, let me tell you something, Dutch. On the 31st, at the big one, you better be at your very best. You better be at the top of your game, Dutch Mantell. You better be able to back up all of those big words that your mouth's been spouting off. And I'm telling you right now, you had better not lose that belt to Tommy Dreamer. If you do, Dutch Mantell, whatever little bit there is left of you that Tommy Dreamer leaves of you, I'm going to finish off. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm making this perfectly clear. Dutch Mantell, you had better not lose my belt to Tommy Dreamer. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and finish off Rod Price, and then I'm going to buy myself another. I'm going to go out to the ticket office, and I'm going to buy a ringside ticket, and I'm going to sit there during that Dutch Mantell and Tommy Dreamer match. And Dutch, I'm only going to say this one more time. I want it to sink in through that obviously thick, hairy skull of yours. You better not lose my belt to Tommy Dreamer. Do you understand me?
Jerry the King Lawler making his thoughts known about it, and I see, as I go to say that, I see James Beard coming out here, and James, I know you've been away from here. Oh, what can I say? It's been a crazy day.
I just got a couple of things I'd like to say. First of all, I'd like to apologize to our fans. I know there was a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion at the first of this TV show, and I'd like to apologize for that. Some things happened out front, as you know, and that situation is in hand now. Hopefully that won't happen again here. And because of that situation, we didn't get to see a match that we had scheduled here.
Well, Dutch Mantell was out here earlier, and he said that Brian Christopher was being detained, so obviously that's going to cancel that match today.
That's true, he was. And in place of that, because that didn't happen, and I believe the fans deserve this, I'm going to add a match to today's show at the end of the show.
We're going to add a match, all right?
And the match is going to be between PG-13 and the tag team champions, Stephen Dunn and Flash Flanagan.
Wow, so we're going to have PG-13 in action against Flash Flanagan and Steve Dunn here today before the show's over. Here comes Brian Christopher. Let's see if...
What are you doing now?
Brian,
huh?
hold it. Just
Where's Travis now? I've been talking and talking and talking. I'm tired. I don't want to calm down anymore. I'm through talking. I want to know where Travis is.
Brian, Travis is not in this company. He is not a member of the USWA.
Well, if he don't work here, what was he doing sitting out in the parking lot today? Answer me that.
My understanding...
Did you see my truck? Did you see my truck? It's got a dent this big in it, and I'm responsible for it. He's responsible for it. What's going to happen about it?
Listen to me, okay? Well,
I'm listening.
My understanding is, according to the police, he was out front, not on our property. He was legal in that. Now, I don't know what happened after that, but it's all over with right now. Billy Travis is suspended.
It is not over with, and it's not going to be over with until I get my hands on Travis.
You're not going to get
If he don't work for this company, then you hire him. You make sure that he works for this company because I want him, and I want him bad. I want him the 31st. I want him in Memphis on the 31st.
It's not going to happen in a USWA building.
It is going to happen. You better get over here. Listen to me. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I want Billy Travis on the 31st. I don't care if we got to do it in the parking lot.
Get him in a USWA building. You understand me? It's not going to happen, and this is not the place to talk about it.
Listen.
If you want to talk about this, let's go to the back. And you better settle it down right now.
We're going to settle it right now. We're going to settle it right now.
Let's go. Come on.
If we're not going to do it, no, we're going to talk about it right now. If we're not going to have it in a building, then we'll have it in a parking lot. We'll have it on the street. I don't care where it's going to be. You make sure that I get Travis.
Billy Joe Travis is suspended from the USWA. It's that way, and that's the way it's going to be for now. You understand me? You're not going to wrestle Billy Joe Travis.
Well, if he is suspended, you saw what he did to my truck. Just shut up for 1 second.
We're going back right now.
You saw what he did to my truck. Put it in the parking lot. Put it on the street. I don't care. Any type of match. The 31st. I want Travis on the 31st.
Let's go. Come on. Come with me. Come with me now. Everybody gonna have it? Come with me now.
Brian Christopher.
Answer. Brian, answer me.
Come with me
on
now.
the 31st.
I'm not talking about it,
match happens.
I think you guys need to discuss this in the dressing room and see what can be worked out, if anything. I certainly understand where Brian Christopher is coming from, but Billy Joe Travis is officially suspended from the USWA. Let's take a break. We've got a big match coming up.
An uninsured motorist hit my work vehicle, totaled it, injured me, so I needed some legal advice. A friend told me about Getty Keltner Bienvenue Montesi, so I made the call.
If you're injured in an accident, Gaddy, Keltner, Bienvenue, and Montesi's more than 125 years of experience can get you the money you deserve.
I was sure Getty Keltner Bienvenue Montesi could take care of my needs, and they did just that. Getty Keltner Bienvenue Montesi helped me out of a hard spot, and I'm real glad I called.
You know, I've been in Memphis a long time. Bill Blake Insurance has too. If you have never checked out the hometown boys at Bill Blake Insurance, then you're missing a Memphis tradition. Respect, service, and good value is part of doing business at Bill Blake Insurance.
Buying car insurance can be confusing, but not at Bill Blake Insurance. They can answer all your questions, and you only make one payment per month.
I sing the blues all over the world, but I always come home and I always see the hometown boys at Bill Blake Insurance. At Bill Blake Insurance, he's from Memphis.
Get it on at Greg's Store for Men. Greg's is all that and a lot more. It's the best place in Memphis to get your fashion on with the biggest brand names in the business. Get hooked up for school, a show, a special occasion, or for just chilling. Greg's is down with a large selection of shirts, shorts, jeans, caps, and all the latest athletic shoes and hikers. So don't take long. Go on and get it on at all Greg's locations.
This is Mako Madness. Isn't it madness not to treat your Chevy, Nissan, or Olds to a new Mako Supreme Paint package and save 50%? We'll sand away chips and scratches, wrap your car in a full coat of primer sealer, and add a UV sunscreen, and you pay only half price. It's Mako Madness. So if you want to save 50%, just say, uh-oh, better get Mako? And save 50% on our Supreme Paint package.
What a day on championship wrestling today, Tony. I'll tell you, with everything going on. Now we've got the King in action. Let's go to the ring for the introductions as we have the big man in there right now, Buster Johnson. He'll be up against Jerry the King Lawler. With everything that's going on in the USWA, today started with, I guess it started on the wrong foot, in that it started with a brawl in the parking lot, and it has just escalated from there.
All right, Michael, we're ready for more action today on Championship Wrestling. Already in the ring, wrestling out of Helena, Arkansas, 343 pounds, the big man, Buster Johnson. His opponent, wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 242 pounds, here's Jerry the King Lawler. One fall, 10 minutes in time. Lawler being outweighed by about 100 pounds in this contest, Michael, but he has the experience over Buster Johnson.
I'm totally convinced that Jerry the King Lawler could be outweighed by 1,000,000 pounds, but he finds a way to win. It's been a tremendous wrestler, a tremendous veteran, and of course one of the true icons in the sport of professional wrestling, in the history of the sport of professional wrestling. But nevertheless, he's got his work cut out with him, with the likes of Dutch Mantell winning that unified belt in not so great fashion a few weeks ago. Buster Johnson going right after the King and starts throwing those right hands to the side of the face. That's not the way to start out a match, and Lawler just turns him around and starts putting the right hands to the jaw.
The King in control at the moment. He has a big score to settle. Whoa, look at that big back body drop. Jerry Lawler has a big score to settle.
Look at that. Jerry Lawler just threw a drop kick.
Lawler has a huge score to settle with Team Icon, and another drop kick from the King. Dutch Mantell, Rod Price, and the massive Doomsday, all a part of Team Icon, and they are out to destroy Jerry Lawler. Dutch Mantell on what he calls the ABL Tour. Anyone but Lawler. Lawler now comes down.
Lawler has his work cut out for him with Rod Price at the big one on the 31st, but he takes the measure of Buster Johnson, and I saw a fire today in Jerry Lawler that I haven't seen for a long time. Throwing the drop kicks and throwing that fierce right hand, taking the measure easily over Buster Johnson.
Didn't take long at all, Michael, and the winner of the match, Jerry the King Lawler, on a mission, and he will collide with Team Icon one of these days.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more USWA wrestling action after these messages.
Now you can buy a nice car, too. Credit problems? No problem. Come to Schaefer Motors at 3360 Elvis Presley Boulevard. If you have slow, weak, bad credit, no credit, bankrupt, we can help. We have late model cars at prices you can't afford. 0 down with the trade-in. If you've ever been denied credit at any other area dealers, we can help. Down payment as low as $7.99 and approval in 1 hour. Come by 3360 Elvis Presley between Winchester and Brooks Road for a fine pre-owned car.
Dear Dave, when I saw Wendy's Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger was back, I said, that sounds good to me, so I got them for the whole firehouse. Some guys especially like the 3 strips of hickory smoked bacon, some the 2 slices of smoked cheddar and savory sauce, and we all agreed that we never had a hotter, juicier, more delicious bacon cheeseburger. Dave, come on by. We'll let you wear a big hat and ring the bell.
Dear Jerry, can I drive the truck?
Come into Wendy's and try our Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger today.
Discount Sammy's continues the original 2 for $100 suit sale of the century with unbelievable back-to-school prices on shorts, 2 for $20. Top, $10. Back-to-school jeans, 2 for $35. Fila shoes at unheard-of discount prices. Come to Discount Sammy's for the blowout back-to-school sale and get suits, 2 for $100. Shorts, 2 for $20. Jeans, 2 for $35. Discount Sammy's downtown on Main.
Is it home improvement time at your place? If so, let Carlo Construction add real value to your home with a beautiful new sunroom, or a comfortable screened-in porch, or maybe a practical patio cover. Don't pay department store prices for the same quality materials. Call this number now for a free, no-obligation home improvement estimate. And with 100% bank rate financing and no money down, now's the time to call Carlo Construction.
At Carlo, we're improving Memphis, one home at a time.
Great crowd on hand today for USWA wrestling action. Tony, we got a big match coming up. As matchmaker James Beard said, as a result of not being able to have the USWA, or actually the Unified Championship match on television today because of what happened in the parking lot, we're going to have a tag team match between PG-13 and Steve Dunn and Flash Flanagan, and what a match. I tell you, putting this match on television, and here they come.
I'm looking forward to it,
USWA
Michael.
Tag Champions coming out right now.
Bill Rush is in the ring, the referee assigned to this match. James Beard once again outdoing himself in this big tag team match, non-title match. And here are the tag team champions of the USWA making their way to the ring area at a combined weight of 448 pounds, the team of Stephen Dunn and Flash Flanagan, and they are the USWA Tag Team Champions. Their opponents, wrestling out of the hood at a combined weight of 442 pounds, the former champions, JC Ice and Sir Wolfie D. They are PG-13. One fall or to the expiration of our television time here today on Championship Wrestling. And once again, this is a non-title match.
Because we have television time remaining, and that's why we have it. PG-13 and JC Ice mouthing off in the ring. Oh, he wanted an answer. I gave him an answer. I mean, we have our television time remaining. This for the USWA match with TV time remaining, and the USWA tag titles are not at stake because this was a match.
My hat, Michael St. John. I know you want to take my hat, but don't you touch it.
This match, of course, put on as almost a standby match by promoter, or actually matchmaker James Beard. And I'll tell you, he put the talent in the ring today. That's for sure.
Wolfie D in there with Stephen Dunn. No love lost between these two teams. They have been all around the USWA area just battling it out for those tag team titles. A feud that basically got underway about 6 months ago, and it continues on here today. But there's one other thing that you got to keep in mind, and that's Paul Diamond and Rex King. They fit into the picture somehow, and all three of these teams are vying for the USWA tag team titles. Stephen Dunn in control.
Beautiful move by Dunn. A little help from Flash Flanagan across the way. In the USWA, besides the tag team picture being just tremendously, I won't say controversial, but it certainly is a tag team title picture that is just wide open, if you would. Almost near pin there by Flash Flanagan. You've got a situation where the unified title could end up on the East Coast, and you have a situation where the USWA heavyweight title, what's going to happen with that situation? And now Billy Joe Travis just stirring the cauldron in his tactics and antics. You said he was at the arenas this week picketing. He was picketing here at TV today. A fight ensued in the parking lot between he and Brian Christopher. I guess no arrests were made. We still don't have a clear picture of what happened, but the police showed up. Billy Joe was handcuffed. I know Brian Christopher was restrained by the authorities, and now the USWA picture has just become one giant cauldron of everything going on at one time. There's just really no way to explain it. When you start explaining it, it's unbelievable what's going on right now in the USWA.
Well, Michael, the summer might be drawing to a close, but one thing is for sure, the action is fixing to heat up in the USWA with all these feuds and all these guys that have scores to settle. The action is going to be heating up in a hurry. JC Ice makes the tag to Wolfie D now.
And Wolfie D tripped up. Nice move by Steve Dunn that time. Dunn going to make the tag. Here comes Flanagan. Flash Flanagan and Steve Dunn. A very good tag team. And look at the teamwork. There you see. Perfect example of what a good tag team has made up. Double drop kick on Wolfie D.
Like I said earlier, Michael, these two teams, no strangers to each other. They battled all over the area. Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, and all points in between have seen these two teams battle it out. And what a match this is today for Championship Wrestling, to put something like this on television. And this is the kind of action you see live when the USWA is in your area. If the USWA is ever live in your area, do not pass it up. There is nothing like it in the world.
What a move by PG-13 as JC Ice going down the ring apron and dropping Flash Flanagan over that top strand of rope as Flanagan was going after Wolfie D. You know, we talked a lot about Dunn and Flanagan. You got to give credit where credit is due. PG-13 is a team that they know what teamwork is all about, and they use it to their advantage.
You're absolutely right, Michael. PG-13 personifies the word tag team. They know how to cut that ring off in half and use it to their advantage. They know how to take advantage when the referee's not looking and do anything it takes to win a match. They don't play by the rules too often. And right now, look at this, Wolfie D up there and just going to slam Flanagan down to the canvas.
Bulldog him off the top rope, and PG-13 with things going their way in this one. Here's a count of 1, 2, and Steve Dunn in to break it up. Boy, TV time remaining in this match. as PG-13 and Dunn and Flanagan continuing to lock up in the ring. Double team and a clothesline by JC Ice and Flanagan is worse for wear.
We're down to 1 minute remaining in this contest. 1 minute remaining out of our television time. And this was one of the reasons that promoter James Beard and the matchmaker James Beard did not make this a title match, because in most title matches you have a one-fall 60-minute time limit. But this has been a great contest, but we are down to about 45 seconds now before we have to ring the bell, and our time has expired. Flanagan trying to get over there and make the tag to Stephen Dunn, and Dunn coming in like a house of fire.
Stephen Dunn, oh boy, uh-oh, here comes Paul Diamond and Rex King. Diamond and King coming in. He's got some kind of aerosol spray, and they're spraying it in the faces of everybody involved in the match.
Bill Rush calls for the bell.
As Paul Diamond and Rex King hit the ring from the apron, and they have some kind of spray. Obviously, it has blinded the participants in this match. We've got to take a break. Let's see if we can restore some order. We'll be back after this.
Seen enough? Want more? We've got all the beauty and challenge you can handle, and then some. 18 championship courses across Alabama, overseeded to be green all year. Paula DePerna in the New York Times calls this some of the best public golf on earth. Call 800-949-4444 for golf of a lifetime. Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. So great, it's addictive.
Let's say you have $200 and you're out to buy a new suit. You could go to a department store and buy this suit for around $200, if you're lucky. Or you could go to S&K Menswear and get 2 handsome wool blend suits for less than you might pay for one. This suit and this suit for less than $200. That's about half what you'd expect to pay, right? Now, where are you going to buy your next suit?
Shop the grand opening of our new superstore at the Commons, across from Wolf Chase Galleria.
Hey, Clarence, what are you doing?
Just doing my job. Everything is priced to move.
Clarence has been pretty busy during your Ford dealer's factory-authorized clearance. He's offering low 4.8% financing or $1,500 cash back on a new Taurus, or get 4.8 financing on Explorer.
Wow. Now that's big savings.
Remember, Ford has more vehicles with a 5-star safety rating than any other manufacturer. So hurry to your local Ford dealer's factory-authorized clearance.
That's Clarence.
It's new, live on stage at Sesame Street Live's 1, 2, 3, Imagine.
Just great.
Great show.
Really fun to watch.
You'll be in the middle of the fun with all your favorite Sesame Street Live stars.
Big Boss! Elmo!
All new songs, all new show. It's Sesame Street Live's all new 1, 2, 3.
Thursday, August 28th, 7 p.m. at the Mid-South Coliseum is TV5 Family Night. All seats only $7.
A day for major happenings in the USWA. Matchmaker James Beard.
We only have a second here, but I want to let everybody know out there, I apologize once more for the confusion today. We have added a match for the big card at the big one on the 31st. It's not going to be inside. It's going to be out in the parking lot. It's going to be free to the fans. Billy Joe Travis, Brian Christopher in a cage. That's all I got to say about it right now, but just listen to us. We're going to get the message out, okay?
All right, Michael, that sounds good to me, James. It was another wild day of action. We're going to be looking for the fans to join us again next week. I can't wait till the big one on the 31st.
I'll tell you, that is quite an announcement with the cage match, free to the public at the big one on the 31st.
Out in the parking lot.
Out in the parking lot, Brian Christopher and Billy Joe Travis. Does that mean, well, we'll get to that next week. We hope you've enjoyed all the action, or all the chaos, if you will. For Tony Friedman, Michael St. John, James, thanks for being out here. We'll see you next week.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station.